Hi everyone. In the screen you can see there is a piece of code. This code works fine, but this code seems to be a little clumsy. Too many if statements here, right? Let's try to make this code cleaner. Why clean code matters? When your code is clean, it's easier to read, easier to fix, and easier for your teammates to understand. Let's clean this up. Before we refactor this function, let's understand what the function is all about. There is one function that return type is boolean, can register, and it check if user is not is equal to null, and then again there is a check if age greater than 18, and then again there is if statement check user email is not equal to null, and user email not empty, and then again there is one if statement user password should not be null, and user get length should be greater than 8. If this condition satisfied, then return true, otherwise return false. Let's refactor this can register method. So here you can see there is a user object and initial checking like user not is equal to null. So what will happen if we check it at the initial stage itself, if we check user is equal to null, then this part will not be executed, right? So let's add if user is equal to null and return its initial false there. Now we can remove this user not is equal to null check validation check from here. Now Now suppose what will happen if the user age is less than 18. If the user age less than 18, then this part will not be executed, right? So then again we can validate the user age less than 18. If the user age is less than 18, then we can return itself. If now this part of the code can also be removed from here. Next step, if user email not is equal to null and user email is empty, user email not empty. So we can also check initial stage itself. If user email is equal to null or user email is empty, then this part of code will not be executed. In the similar way, we can also check user password. So now we can remove this part of code, and if this case doesn't hit, then we'll return true. Now you can see now the code is clean, readable, and maintainable. So now we have this function do stuff. If I ask you like what this function is all about, what this function is doing, what is X here, so you will say like you are not getting anything from this function. So that's mean this is not readable and easy to maintain. Clear naming is not there, right? So this function also need to be refactored. So let's try to refactor this function and see how we can achieve. So actually this is the very age validator function. Okay, let's refactor this code. So let's make a constant variable to store the minimum age first of all. Now starting with the public void. Here you can see we can give valid name as valid date age. If age greater than, else, yes, we can also give the meaningful log as well. Like we instead of no, this is age is not valid. We can write something like that. And here also you can see you can write age is valid for registration. No, see this function and that on top function above function. You can see like this is giving the some clear name and clean code is there. In the screen you can see there is one more function, prime checker, which itself says like this is a function to check the prime number. But here you can see there is lots of comment, which make it little difficult for the user or developer. Like I don't think there is some use of writing the comment here. To write a clean code, the code should be readable and easy to maintain, and the code and function name should be in such a way that it should automatically say what the function is all about. So here comment is not making any sense. So let's remove the comment part and see. Here comment is written number less than or equal to. In the next line, logic itself says number less than or equal to. Then this is not making any sense to write the comment here. Let's remove this. Here again the same mistake. Here again the same thing. So this is not making sense, and even writing the comment is making little difficult for the developer. Here the logic itself can is saying like this is the prime number checker, and every logic is written here. And now the code is easy to maintain and readable also.